Okay, so today's project is the air conditioner. I had to replace the condenser. In order to do that, you have to remove the airflow meter, get it out of the way, because one of the connections, connections to the condenser is underneath that. And the only way you can get to that fitting is to remove this, get it out of the way. Take the air filter off, it has a couple bolts on the top, a couple on the bottom. Then you can get this boot off, which is a bear. Get the air filter out of there, 4 bolts around to hold the radiator and the condenser on together. Disconnect those flare fittings, and that comes off. I put a new dryer in. It uses flare fittings, and it has a switch port for a high pressure switch. Not a low pressure switch, a high pressure switch. And then I use nitrogen. First I pull a vacuum on it, it wouldn't hold a vacuum, so I pressurize it with nitrogen, and it's holding fine now. The problem, the reason it leaked, and I didn't catch this, was this fitting right down here where I connect up the meter had a leak. This is soap water I spray on things, and if it bubbles, then you have a leak, and that's how you can find leaks in systems. You pull a vacuum, it's not so easy to find a leak. If you pressurize it with nitrogen so you don't get water in there, because the humidity in the air, you can find it. So I just spray this soap water all over the place wherever there's an air conditioning fitting, and by doing that, I'm able to search for leaks. So for instance, right there, I had a leak where that switch plugs in. It has Teflon tape on it. It had Teflon tape on it originally, so I just did the same thing. I wasn't sure if that was correct. I think they use some kind of an MPT fitting or something like that. I'm not sure about that. There's a flare nut fittings. You just have to use double wrenches there, so you don't apply torque to the to the one side, especially on the condenser coil. You wouldn't want to torque those nuts that are attached to the tubing coming out of it. I think it uses a 24 and a 22 or a 24 and a 17, depending on what you're working on. They're all different. Anyway, so that's all hooked back up. Now we're just waiting for to check this, see if that pressure drops. Like I said, I got about 120 pounds in it right now out of the nitrogen. Here's the original condenser. You can see all the oil staining. That's not good. And that was a problem. There's this extremely hard to find dryer, the 33286. The old dryer I plan on keeping and sending off and getting it rebuilt. You can do that. There was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. No, I guess that's it. So, like I said, if the pressure holds, it should be okay. I can get it evacuated and get Freon put in it, and we should be okay. Anyway, more on this later. Thanks for watching.